the prohibition. Because, Mr. Speaker, the implication of continued lifting of the ban on exporting of raw macadamia nuts would be that it would be inconsistent, first and foremost, with the government policy on the promotion of processing and value addition of agricultural produce, not just the macadamia. I've just referred to tea and talking about the value chain in tea, the value chain in all products that we are dealing with, because it's the only way we are going to create jobs for our young people. So the processing of macadamia nuts locally creates jobs in the manufacturing sector and boosts the economy through enhanced foreign exchange earnings. The macadamia industry in Kenya has created about approximately 200,000 jobs across the value chain. Continued exports of in-shell macadamia benefits only falling buyers who use it as a raw material in their manufacturing, which eventually competes with Kenya, particularly for the US and other markets. This results to loss of jobs in Kenya, in Kenya's manufacturing sector, and reduces export earnings, since the in-shell macadamia nuts fetch much lower prices compared to the kernels. From July 2023 to February 2025, for example, the country has earned 8.7 billion by exporting some 10,670 tons of macadamia kernel against 2.3 billion from exporting 14,384.36 tons of in-shell, that is unprocessed macadamias. This translates to an average price of 161 shillings of in-shell macadamia against an export price of 816 for kernels. So, Mr. Speaker, I have given a table there which establishes what I have just read, and I'm sure the honorable members will see that. So the country earns a lot more by exporting processed macadamia nuts than exporting in-shell, raw, and processed macadamia. So in terms of the plans we have, whether we have got any plans to lift the ban on the export of raw macadamia nuts, to ensure that farmers get competitive prices for their produce from local processors and licensing exporters. Obviously, Mr. Speaker, it is in the ministry's interest that macadamia farmers are kept happy, that we ensure that the protection of farmers is the only way we can grow the processors, because there is no processing of macadamia nuts if there is no growth of macadamia nuts. So some of the strategies that will ensure that farmers get competitive prices for macadamia nuts are that, one, farmers will be assisted to form cooperatives within their counties or even across counties. Through the cooperatives, farmers can negotiate with the local processors and exporters. And Mr. Speaker, towards this end, about 2 weeks ago or so, we had a meeting in my office with macadamia farmers, and we agreed on the way forward as far as that process is concerned, because certain middlemen are taking advantage of the farmers who are not reaching the processors. The way to reach the processor is to ensure that they are working together in cooperatives or circles. Processors and exporters will enter into contractual agreements with the farmers directly and witnessed by both the county and national governments. The farmers have been requested to also register, and I put this request to the farmers, to register in the Integrated Agricultural Management System, that is KIAMIS, to ensure that they benefit from the government subsidy programs that exist and which are now only accessed through KIAMIS. And number 4 is the formation of a multi-stakeholder macadamia nut standing committee to deliberate on farm gate prices and develop a mechanism to determine farm gate prices to avoid farmer exploitation. This may be achieved through collaboration with the county governments as well as the key value chain players. And Mr. Speaker, this multi-stakeholder Macadamia Nut Standing Committee is under the AFA oversight, and which is going to be a new body to deal with those issues that I have alluded to. So the government is working with its agencies, and the processors will endeavor to implement a guaranteed minimum price of 100 shillings. And I emphasize that is a minimum price. Because if you note, Mr. Speaker, some 2 years ago, in fact 1999, those prices went all the way, not 1999, 2019, those ones went all the way to over 200 shillings per kilogram. So that is a minimum price to protect, to make sure that farmers don't make losses. But obviously, if we expand the market, hopefully the farmers will continue to earn a lot more than that. And in terms of the strategies the government is implementing to build the capacity of local processors of macadamia for enhanced value addition to maximize the benefits to farmers and the overall economy, the government will strengthen its policies and ensure that there is implementation and enforce the policies that will protect processors from unfair trade practices. Further, the ministry will collaborate with other government agencies and private sector to develop and provide training programs and resources that will improve production techniques and maintain quality standards. We will also facilitate access to markets